Hello, everyone. I might sound a little rough this morning. I apologize for that. Um, so today will be a little bit of a shorter stream since we're not running at full energy, but I really did want to get back to playing the main game, so I'm gonna power through it. So we are playing Honkai Star Rail per usual. We still have some stuff to catch up on, as you can see, because I did have this cleared out at one point. Um, so we're going to continue with the main storyline. Hi! Welcome. Good to see you. Yes. I'm glad that that you've had lots to do and you've been pretty busy. I feel like I vaguely remember you stating that you were going to be doing that, but I cannot fully remember, but as long as it was a good move, like for good reasons or just for like it wasn't necessitated by anything bad. I'm very happy for you. I hope you enjoy the new country that you're in, and that you have a lot of good experiences there. But yeah, so we'll be doing the main story, getting caught up here. We started it last time, and it seems someone has attacked Herta's puppet. And we're trying to find out if we can remember the uh, the perpetrator. But some of you may know I got the Sir in our last playthrough, and we still want his light cone. Um, and this one is actually ending pretty soon, so we need to get it if we're going to be getting it. We have 30 polls currently. And oh my gosh, I'm so sorry everyone that I'm running this slow. And we are currently at 23 pity. So if we get it early, we might be able to see a 5-star of some form. But definitely not guaranteed. And then for those of you who know, I have both of these light cones fully maxed out, and I think I'm like one new superimpose away from getting my second set of these two light cones. So if I'm gonna get one that's on the banner, I would prefer to get Arlen's. Let's see what we get. Well, the game said you're not gonna need 30 pulls, 30 more pulls, because I'm giving you a 5-star now. Now we just need to see if we win the 50-50 or not. If we do, Blade really wanted to come home because Blade came under 40 pity. If his light cone comes in under 30 pity, Blade really wanted to be a part of the team. Oh, there's Arlen's. Hopefully this is a good sign that we're gonna get Blade's light cone. I noticed something. Does this not look like Tartaglia to anyone else? Like, this design? His monster form, I mean. And the colors. Blade wanted to be a part of the team. He really did. It really looks like Tartaglia's monster form, you know? Well, I am now the proud owner of, a built blade. Got him his light cone. I'm currently working on his traces. That's what I've been doing since the last stream. I almost have him fully done. I just gotta get those last few. I'm currently way out of money. I have materials, but I've just run out of cash, so I need to, like, grind out some cash. But we're doing pretty good on... I feel like Honkai Star Rail is very generous when it comes to how often you can get 5 stars, because I didn't even start the game when the, like, game began. I was a little late to the party, and I already have this many 5 stars, and then we're getting Dr. Ratio in the next patch for free. So I'm definitely going to be pulling for Dr. Ratio's light cone. But I have all these 5 stars, and a majority of these 5 stars I also have their 5-star light cone too. There's a few of them that I don't. But like the majority of them I have their light cone. I think that's like what, 4 of the 5 stars I own I don't have their light cone. Which is really impressive for a game like this, because usually you wouldn't be able to have that many pulls. You can see that I've been grinding for Blades materials from where I am. Alright. Doodly bop, doodly bop, doodly bop. I swear I can think today. I was up till like 3 in the morning, which was a terrible decision, playing Baldur's Gate 3. I have Astarion up to very good in his opinion of me, so it was worth it. But that, plus the allergy season, it just knocked me on my butt this morning. Also, if you're watching this live stream at the time of the stream, make sure you go do the fortune event for the new year if it hasn't already ended, because you get this really cute image once you get all the cards. And the Arcana cards in the fortune event look really pretty. But this is like a really cute image. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna go back to doing this. So, as I stated, someone apparently has attacked Herta's puppet, one of her puppets. And we may have witnessed it, but our memory is a bit damaged, and so Dr. Ratio is having us go through this mental exercise to see if we can, or that like someone had purposely erased it, and so Dr. Ratio has us going through a mental exercise to see if we can remember who it was that attacked Herta's puppet. And this is Dr. Ratio. He's very Greek designed. He has an owl on his shoulder, probably for the Greek goddess of wisdom, Athena, since he's an intellectual. But then we got Squirlium and Asta, who are presiding over our guided interrogation. Yeah, real quick. Let's get this superimposed, otherwise I will forget about it. Alright. So, I'm trying to even remember what we did. I did like a ton of this game. I did like 4 hours of this game the last time we played, so it's kind of blurring together. Okay, we'll just find out.
Adler was with Orlin. They were involved in some sort of incident.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him? calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding something.
Is there something you need?
Oh, really? What a coincidence. We're looking for him, too. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own.
Your security department needs to be retrained so that they don't give out important information when they're not supposed to.
Yes, well, Peppy isn't here. You see, Brother Arlen, I can't keep this up anymore.
You couldn't keep it up for 2 minutes.
Can you leave the talking to me next time? Let's walk and talk. Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help.
Oh yeah, no, we were looking for a curio, that's what it was.
Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable.
Oh, I've fought this monster before.
Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go!
Strengthen our defenses. Rules.
So, my next biggest question when it comes to Honkai is which path we're gonna be blessed with next.
Conflict is pitiless.
So far we've had the destruction path, and we got the path of preservation on Belobog. Everybody thought we were gonna get the hunt path next, because we went to the Cien show, who follows the hunt, right? But we're moving on to the next planet, and we still don't have the hunt path.
Conflict is pitiless.
Oh, I think nope. I was supposed to be like my voice. No. And then also the fact that when you do simulated universe from Herta's shop, you can buy the hunt light cone, and the light cones in the shop are like good for the Trailblazer. They're like the Trailblazer's best light cones for each path.
A will forged in ice never falters.
So everyone thought it was gonna be the hunt.
Conflict
But
is pitiless.
if you've gone to the store recently, there is a new light cone for Nihility in the shop. Prior to us
Peppy.
getting...
Are you okay?
Arlen, maybe you could ask the small child if they're okay first before asking the dog.
That's me. What's up?
He wants to ask you something about curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh, about that investigation I asked for.
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later.
Anyway, but if you've gone to the shop recently, it has a Nihility... Oh wait, I already bought it. I can show you all. Here it is. I currently have it on my Welt, because I don't have Welt's light cone yet. But they have a Nihility light cone. So I'm curious if instead of the hunt, this one, we might get the Nihility ability first, prior to getting the hunt. But if that's true, and we get the Nihility before, or we get the Nihility before we get the hunt, I wonder when we're gonna get the hunt path. Get rid of that.
So, which curio do you want to know about? That's all you got? Too abstract. Well, there There's beauty in the abstract, I guess.
Turns around real fast. Well, since the boss said so, it's good.
Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? Huh. She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Also, I'm growing my hair back out. And currently my hair has hit the point where it's like right in my eyes constantly, and it makes me want to whack it off so badly.
Huh? What did I say?
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. But it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but what was the information I forgot? And from whom?
Due to the presence of certain hazy memories, some content will appear as redacted in conversations. As you explore your memories, using cognition chasm has a chance of restoring relevant hazy
Let's go
memories.
over it from the start. I may have overlooked something. Right. Asta mentioned another name. My memories of Arlen and Adler are hazy. I need to remember the other person Asta mentioned. I can't recall the other person.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind.
Using cognition chasm might help you restore hazy memories. You recall more missing memories.
How's it going? Did you find the information you're after? I see. Is that what Hinkle and think? At least that counts as a lead. See? My researchers are pretty outstanding. Just business as usual. Nothing to worry about. After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under constant scrutiny. Physical damage can be easily repaired, but it takes a long time to heal the wounds in people's hearts. Some researchers have been questioning the management and security of the space station ever since the invasion. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the researchers' disappearances have rattled them again. Yes, 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. No exit logs, no traces. Vanished. People were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so I suppressed the reports and told the security department to investigate in secret. However, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets in a sardine can like this. Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. I'm concerned someone's pulling strings to sway public opinion. Anyway, the most important thing is to get to the bottom of the disappearances. That's okay, but thank you for the offer. Aren't you helping Madame Herta with something already? Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find a way to solve the problem for the space station.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that they're from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is.
Herta assigned me to find a certain lost curio that has very abstract traits. It seems that I may need Asta's help. I found Asta, but she didn't seem to know much about it. Fortunately, Hinkle, the Department of Ecology, and someone from the Department of Insight are nearby, which is more or less a clue. Hinkle is troubled by the confidence crisis within the space station, and Asta must be under considerable pressure. We had a brief chat, and she speculated that what Herta is looking for is a wubbaboo, but that isn't certain yet. In the end, Hinkle recommended me to look for Adler. Apparently he is the person who knows the most about curios in the Department of Ecology. The confidence crisis Hinkle mentioned concerned me a little. Asta and I chatted about this topic, and I unexpectedly learned that there have been a series of researcher disappearances on the space station recently, but I keep feeling like something has slipped between the cracks. I should ask if anyone from the Department of Insight has also sought any clues regarding missing curios. I ran into Arlen on my way to find Adler. He seems to be looking for Adler too, so I decided to go with him. Adler was saved by us when he was attacked. I stated our purpose, and he seems to have an empathy from my words. I think I understood something from the words of someone from the Department of Insight, Asta mentioned before. Arlen was secretly investigating something, so after saving Adler, I tried to get to the bottom of it, but he seemed to be hiding something. I guess it has something to do with the missing researchers that Asta mentioned before. Okay.
The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is. Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so long.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there, it's all good. Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure, allowing you to connect straight to the intranet.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side. Small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild, don't forget your humble friend, okay?
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Here too. My memories are just a jumbled mess of words. Did my memory piece together irrelevant information? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
I say, what a wonderfully intelligent-looking young lady.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
No need to be modest. At my age, you get a feel for intelligence. Though, I confess I did hear someone say you were the shining star of the Department of Insight.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. How's someone like me supposed to make out the small print? I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is failing. Do you think you can...
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
You would think with how technologically advanced this would be, there would just be an automatic button when it comes to, like, because I'm sure this isn't on actual paper, but like a report on a computer, you could just push a button and it would read out the report to you.
Oh, another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful. It's about time we had some new recruits.
Huh. Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't have a body but is alive. Isn't the Department of Ecology full of curio experts? That's got nothing to do with the Department of Insight. However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back from a business trip said that the Cienjo Alliance has life forms like that.
Oh, not the Wubbaboos, the Heliobi.
Don't get me wrong. I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you. The atmosphere on the space station has been getting stranger lately. It's risky taking sides.
The Cienjo species Emily mentioned, it seems to be what inspired Adler. The disappearances Asta mentioned are likely related to Arlen's investigations too.
Keep at it.
Now I should be able to tie everything together.
Okay, Hinkle, the Department of Ecology, and Emily, the Department of Insight. In addition to Hinkle from the Department of Ecology, I asked Emily from the Department of Insight for clues about the missing curio. She told me instead that there are similar life forms in the Ciencio Alliance. This should have something to do with the life form bearing similarities to the Ciencio Alliance mentioned by Emily from the Department of Insight. Are they talking about heliobi?
The Cienjo species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler.
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the truth. I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission.
Just as I thought. I vaguely remember that Arlen said more. It's related to the thing I forgot.
You recall more missing memories.
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission. How did you know? I see. Could you also tell that Lady Asta was feeling the pressure? I'll be honest with you. It's been tough. The surveillance didn't capture anything regarding the researcher's disappearance. There's only one clue. Adler observed that the automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances occurred.
So it's heliobi, because they look like little flame spirits.
That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable fire. When we made visits to the scenes, some of the witness testimonies seemed to agree with this. The words they used were spontaneous combustion of the human body.
Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? Huh. She's not...
Huh? What did I say?
Huh. She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right, either. Ah, that's right! They're called heliobi. I guess you could say that wubbaboos and heliobi are sort of like cousins. Both are types of energy life form. Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. But it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That's most likely the truth. I need to go over it from the start. Starting with the...
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints, then maybe...
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an energy life form. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the Genius Society. Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
Okay. Herta assigned me to find a lost curio, which is a kind of energy life form related to the Genius Society. Seems I need Asta's help. And I unexpectedly learned that there's been a series of researcher disappearances on the space station recently. They were heard about the energy life forms, which gave the same kind of revelation. Arlen was secretly investigating something. After saving Adler, I tried to get to the bottom of things, but he seemed to be hiding something. I did some poking around. Sure enough, he was investigating the disappeared researchers that Asta mentioned before with Adler's help. He discovered that every disappearance was accompanied by instance of spontaneous human combustion. Herta assigned me to investigate energy life forms similar to Wobbleboos and Heliobi. Okay, so it's not either of these, since it's similar. A spontaneous human combustion occurring when the researchers is also a thorny problem, but Adler already seems to have a bold conjecture. His intuition was very accurate, and something seemed that he was looking forward to something.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. My ears certainly are.
Oh my god, he's so sassy. I cannot wait to get him in a couple days. He's like, great, you told me stuff that I probably could have surmised on my own. And it's not very useful information.
So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. After which you knew nothing else until Lady Asta contacted you. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama? A second-hand account. She wasn't at the scene. Hearsay hardly counts as compelling evidence, now does it?
Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate his story.
I mean, are you the police? I can wait 4 system hours to have my story collaborated. We don't need it fixed now.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies. It's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. It can still help us reach the truth. If he is truly innocent, he can clear his name with answers.
I mean, this is one thing that I always hate in stories, like this concept of like, you have a character who's like, if you're not the perpetrator, you can clear your own name, and then you have to do all this legwork to do so, but then they don't actually have a lot of the times valid proof that you did anything. So like, why should I do your work for you if you're taking the part of like detective to like convince you that I'm innocent? Also, I have heard a recent theory that I am very interested in, and I want to tell you all because I have a good capture of his face currently. So in a lot of the photos of the Stellaron hunters, there is a black cat with golden eyes, and everybody like, oh, that was confirmed to be Elio, who is the one who can see the future. Now, we have seen a character model leak of Elio, but his hair color is not the same color as the cat. Like, and his eye color isn't either. But when you did the critter quest, all of the cats, except for the one that represents the Trailblazer, all the cats' like fur color is the same color as their hair, and then their eyes are usually similar. But the one that's the Trailblazer is the only one that's different, where it has black fur instead, which looks very much like the photo that we always see with the Stellaron hunters. of the black cat with golden eyes, and these are very much like giving me cat eyes. And so, since we also know from Kafka and Blade's interactions that prior to us being put on the Herta space station, we were a Stellaron hunter that worked with Kafka. But considering the fact that everybody has had interactions with the Stellaron hunters before, it's interesting that no one knows who this is, image-wise. Like, you would think if we were a Stellaron hunter, we'd have a bounty on our head, like all the other ones do. But if we can shapeshift into a cat, and and we might have been like a reconnaissance character, that no one would know who we are in our physical, like, human form. I really like the theory that the cat is actually the trailblazer, and oh my gosh, big stretch, everyone, no shrimping. That the cat is actually the trailblazer when he was working with the Stellaron hunters.
Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
Yes.
If you knew Herta, then you wouldn't find it weird.
Don't interrupt other people. Did no one teach you manners?
I mean, is it mannerly for you to just come in here and accuse me of murdering one of Herta's puppets?
Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then.
We're all acting like Herta's dead. We literally just, one of her puppets is, like, decommissioned. Calm down, everybody.
That's enough pretending. Please be quiet. Based on your story, and the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
Herta didn't mention the name of the curio. We were talking about something else, and she just mentioned it in passing. However, she did give a thorough description of the curio. I didn't make that up.
True. You wouldn't be able to make that up.
Why do I feel like I'm being looked down on?
And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have an...
I remember now.
That's enough and the assignment involves Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
I mean, she's not treasuring it. She's probably just researching it.
Sure. But you're the one saying the curio in question is ordinary.
Say what you want to say.
A correct observation, if I may add.
Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one.
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius. Affirmation. It holds some special meaning to Herta.
Yes. That seems logically sound. Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
Yes, to get more information about the curio. I didn't get a direct answer, but Asta recommended I seek out a researcher who could help.
Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
I remember now.
That's enough. Then you said you asked, however. She decided to hold her tongue until now?
Mr. Ratio, it's because...
I'm asking him, Lady Asta. Your testimony went out the window the second you started being secretive. However, she decided to hold her tongue and...
I remember now.
That's enough. However, so what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position. Some things shouldn't be said in the open.
What could be more important than Herta's safety?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. I should consider him one of us. It's okay. You can tell him.
So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction?
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management, ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion, and cause great internal strife.
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station, but would still share the IPC's position. They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Two birds with one stone. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the security department.
Yes. I ran into Arlen when looking for Adler.
Adler?
A level 2 researcher. According to the Department of Ecology head, he knows more about curios than anyone else. He happened to be helping Arlen investigate the disappearances.
Well, did he enlighten you?
Adler seemed to have an idea at the time, but he never contacted me again.
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Clearly, though. It bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking...
Clearly, though. It bears no connection to...
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. Don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that. But then what? You need to provide evidence to show incidents are linked.
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearances. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlen mentioned that each victim disappeared due to spontaneous combustion.
Huh. But there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the space station.
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has an additional layer of importance. This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases are linked.
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease, provided that this fire suppression record does exist in the system.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go. Huh? What was that?
Message? She's here, she's here, she's here. Who? The big shot.
Harrider Newsflash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
That's a cool character design.
This is...
A declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this space station is more suited for the path of destruction than erudition.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the Annihilation Gang is perhaps far less than one might see in a child who deliberately broke a vase. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel, even among his kin. The Everflame mansion he heads is even the arch-enemy of the Japella Brotherhood, despite both groups belonging to the Annihilation Gang.
Japella Brotherhood? I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames, and Ifrit's power has grown by the day ever since. Would you believe it would be merely a coincidence? Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it's as routine as me finding fault in everything. The disappearance of researchers and the puppet were all part of the plan. And after that, that video will soon circulate. And this station's fate? Flames. Nothing but flames.
The destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed here. You need to start acting now if you want to survive. You, come with me. You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full-blown pandemonium?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can. Please, investigate the issue quickly.
Alright. You can finally look in. I know there's a treasure chest in this room, I've heard it. But I hear it through the door. Where is it? Because I'm missing one, aren't I? Oh, maybe not. Alright, let's check the time. Unfortunately, I have a much stricter time schedule today and won't be able to do a full, like, 4 hours like I did last week. Alright, we still have about 15 minutes. Alright.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Oh yeah, speaking of which, I have some text messages. Blade. You know how to use stickers? We're just comparing our script. That one now is just for Sam. I accidentally sent you Blade's part, but you won't be able to open it anyway. No harm done. Alright, this is Silverwolf. Just one more hit. Come on, give me a hand here. Quick, final blow. It's head locked. It's health locked, and there's nothing I can do. We need more people. Darn it, the game event is time limited. Quick, 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 quick. Yep, it's me. Silverwolf. Don't ask if you've already figured it out. Quick, kill it. Done. Thanks, Kalis. You should thank Blade for lending his phone to you. Already thanked him. Aside from mission comms, he almost never uses his phones. Where are the others? Sam would help me without me asking. Kafka? Well, she has so many little secrets, I'm not interested. Okay, I'm returning the phone to him. Bye. Hi, Kalis. Hello, Blade. You didn't figure out it was me. My phone broke during a mission. So I borrowed Blady's. So it's Kafka. Just want to catch up with you. Are you okay? I'm fine. I just didn't stop Blady in time. I think you might need some time to recover. Blady was a little pouty that I didn't let him fight. Kafka, you only affect the speed at which I can draw my sword. LOL. What the heck? My phone is fixed. Next time I'll try sending you a message with Silverwolf's phone. Bye. So everyone uses Blade's phone except for Blade, I see.
Not good. This is serious. The security department will do whatever we can to help you.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Sure, but the security department already combed through their backgrounds and personal relationships. We didn't find anything odd. The Annihilation Gang are a group of die-hard thugs. They might be attacking indiscriminately.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Okay.
Take it. Remember these names. Find a friend who's tuned into the gossip around here and tell them you want to know the relationship between these people. I don't know. That depends on your friend.
Dr. Ratio is just like, I do not want to have to explain my thought process. It's been a while. As usual, one pick of Pimeo for one piece of gossip, quid pro quo. Can I put it on my tab? Only for you, 20% bonus. For every 5 trades, you give me one more pick. Fair. Now that's settled, go ahead and tell me what you need. Help me find the connection between these people. Oh, how interesting. The disappearances have been a hot topic. The news is tightly controlled. Even I don't have a complete list. You're upset at the management too. Why would I be? I'm just a small fry. I'll take any chance to slack off whenever I can. Those who love gossiping about higher-ups just don't have enough things to do in their lives. It's the same people who randomly create their own expectations and they get disappointed when those aren't met. Nothing good will come out of hanging out with them. You seem to be pretty enlightened. You flatter me, but I still remember what you owe me. Don't worry, I'll get in touch if I have any news.
What else do you need me to do?
Take me to the one who knows the most about curios within the Department of Ecology, if you would be so kind.
He disappeared too. I didn't really notice at first. Adler's difficult to get a hold of at the best of times, but it's been a few system hours and I still can't reach him. Even the surveillance cameras can't find any trace. The last time I saw him was in the Master Control Zone. He was with Wen Sherling from the Department of Implement Arts.
Lead the way. You said Adler was on the verge of a discovery, yet couldn't confer his knowledge. Intriguing and frustrating to say. If his disappearance is also related to the case here, then maybe he really did stumble upon something important.
True. The keywords that got Adler thinking were energy life forms. Duke Inferno is also an energy life form. Coincidence? We need to investigate this.
Oh, we're calling in the Bay. Help me. What's up? Do you know the Duke Inferno Ifrit from the Annihilation Gang? It's best not to get involved with him. Space Station's met with some trouble and has something to do with him. I won't fill you in on the details. I want to know more about him. Understood. Wait for my contacts. You'll be careful yourself. If the situation changes, notify us as soon as possible. Oh, just lost my headphone. Oh my gosh, it's like under my desk. Alright, I don't know if you all picked up what I said, but I lost one of my headphones.
Nice.
And it went way under my desk. Okay, we have about 4 minutes, so...
If only I got paid more.
Same.
That jerk! Jerk! Fine! Disappear! I don't ever want to see your face again! Adler, he disappeared. He's been acting really weird recently. Always researching stuff like spontaneous combustion, supernatural activities. He doesn't even answer me when I speak to him. He was talking to himself.
What did he talk about?
He kept saying the word phrase.
Phrase.
Who said I want him back? But if you want to find him, he was reading this booklet the last time I saw him. I don't know exactly what he's searching for, but I hope it can help you.
Yo, you got something? Yep, but it's not what you'd expect. These victims and their interpersonal relationships don't seem to have any overlaps, but they have all posted pretty extreme comments against the management on the dark web and have a large number of supporters. What? I know this result will bring a lot of things to mind, but regardless, it's the truth.
Your countenance suggests tragedy. So the researchers who disappeared were at the forefront of challenging management. Isn't that a curious puzzle piece? I finished browsing through this booklet while you were replying to messages. It recorded the lives of a few Genius Society members. I'd say it contains some interesting information. It's time to go back and chat with Lady Asta and Mr. Screwlum.
I think we only scratched the surface of this Ifrit. What happened? The fire demons of Fatora are ferocious and cruel by nature, but Ifrit easily rose to the position of clan leader. Even among the fire demons, his flames belong to a special category. What do you mean? In many vicious incidents instigated by the Everflame Mansion, I found similar eyewitness reporting claiming that miscreants materialized from the Inferno. I speculate that Ifrit's flame may have inherited some ability other than burning, and I have lost it. And that is related to his origin. I have heard of a flame with similar properties that was difficult to capture because it kept shifting between phases. There's not much information about it, only one line that catches the eye. Burns through the worlds, leaving numerous scions of flame behind. Ifrit is perhaps one of its descendants. That's all I have. The number of related records is limited. I'm not sure if that was helpful to you. It's enough. Thanks. That's good. Okay, so we'll probably have like another little like discussion piece with the team, but it has been an hour, and my voice is going to give out soon. So thank you all so much for popping by as we continue to try and get through this new section of the main story quest. Once we get it done, probably next weekend, I will do an introduction to the new bit of the simulated universe. And then if we have any more time after doing those two things, we will, oh my god, we will do these two story quests that I have just been pushing off because there's been so much content on the game. We'll start with G-Luz, and then I think this one is supposed to be for our newest Pretty Knight. So I thank you all so much for watching, and then let's all cheer in excitement for when Dr. Ratio decides to grace us with his presence in our mailboxes, which was coming very soon. It's not this week, but it will, or not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after. I'm very excited. We'll definitely be doing pulls for his light cones, and I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day and a great amount of sleep, because we all need it. And may your new, because this is also the first live stream of the new year, or second, whatever. I hope that you have a great new year, and that it is full with prosperity of whatever nature that you require it, whether it be financial, romantically, or like life goals and mundanely. And then
nice.
yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.